Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new The X Button Reacts. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I'm one of your hosts for the X Button podcast, Alejandro, and with me is the voluminous. He didn't just keep running from the bathroom.
Paul. Hey, everybody.
How you doing, Paul? You almost... Just for Inside Baseball, as we wait for this thing to start, there's always something that Paul is doing that he's always makes it at the nick of time. It's either coming back from a hurricane, doing some gardening, and now your stomach.
Yes, because unfortunately, my stomach doesn't decide when it hurts. Fortunately, I can try to do that before we record, but God forbid it ever happens during something.
Yeah.
So I try to get that out of the way. Also, I have a new dog now that I've been trying to train and make sure he goes to the bathroom on time. So we've been working on that whole thing.
Yeah. It's a good thing that this is supposed to only be 30 minutes. And this is the first time we're doing a react with a little bit of lead time. We usually start right as the thing has started. So
yeah.
So we're starting at 3 minutes-ish left. So
Alejandro, what are we kind of expecting today?
I have my expectations down in the toilet because there's gonna be a bunch of BR stuff, so I'm not gonna care about that. As for third-party stuff, they randomly today they announced that Call of Duty is gonna have an official reveal on June 8th, which is the day before Summer Game Fest kickoff. So now we know that that's not gonna be here, even though the marketing material said that PlayStation had a marketing deal for that game. They're still gonna do that thing on their own, so we don't have to look forward to that here. I wonder if we're gonna see Capcom stuff here. Usually Capcom has revealed their games at PlayStation. The only time that they didn't was DMC5 originally.
Yeah.
They announced it at Xboxes, but then the special edition was announced at the showcase on September 2020. So maybe we see something about Resident Evil, Dragon's Dogma. Something from
nice,
them,
especially since we just talked about it.
In the episode that you can watch and listen now in podcast services of your choice.
Yes. The cameo of the cat.
Yes, and she's looking and she wants to kill you.
He is he's just a big old teddy bear.
Yeah.
He just looks like he's not about this life. But
yeah, he looks like he can find a rabbit and pull a Mortal Kombat fatality.
He see, that's the funny thing. He looks super intimidating, and he has zero, what's the word, competence.
Really?
So like, even if we've had like bugs or lizards run around, and he is terrible usually at catching them. He like bumbles around like one of the Three Stooges and fumbles and misses, and he's not very good with that, whether it's playtime or actually attacking something. But he's great at sitting there and trying to purr and making it look like he's angry.
Yeah, I still remember when I went to a friend's house back in Oklahoma. He had a cat. One night we were just in the porch, and then we just see remains, like a spinal cord just laying there, hands. It was like, what happened here? It was like, oh no, a rabbit got destroyed by the cat.
Oh no.
Yeah. And the cat was like, unlike yours, it didn't have an RBF. That cat looked like so sweet that she destroyed that rabbit. It was like, wow. I'll never forget that. And we are 30 seconds before this godforsaken show starts. So I hope, Paul, that as my expectations are in the toilet right now, because that's what state of play is, that I can at least be surprised. I would hope that eventually Sony will get it, that they can just poop one of these out just because.
I really hope, just for something. I'm actually going to switch my audio to my speakers right now and unmute this so I can actually hear it and it's not in my microphone. There we go.
And we start.
All right, let's do this and see what happens.
We get M-rated games, so
anything.
Capcom stuff is M-rated usually, so
3/24 next year.
Weird
that they start with the release date of whatever it is.
Yeah. It's not like they're not gonna... What? On R.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, okay. So next
are we
year,
gonna get anything else?
it says capture on PS5. Look.
Oh,
So next year, RE4,
all right.
the much rumored remake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got.
It's so weird seeing a game that's usually so brown look this
I know.
dark and colorful. Is that Ada?
See, no, that doesn't seem like something that Ada would act like.
Huh. Ooh.
Guess you, me. Picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
Is that Luis?
Yeah, I think so. That's Ada.
There's Ashley.
You will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
Yeah, there's Sadler, if I remember that was the name.
I think so.
All right. Now I know it's coming out in March next year, so no.
If I could just forget what
Yes.
It looks good though. Yeah, it's the RE engine. The RE engine just looks
Yeah.
really good.
this time, it can be different.
Yes.
It has to.
RE Village Walk for this remake to run. There you go. March 24th, 2023.
Mhm. You know, that's the only challenge is
Okay. RE7 VR was excellent and horrifying. So
and they made one for 8.
No.
Oh, that seems kind of weird.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the one thing that I'm worried about is Resident Evil 8 borrowed so much from this that I'm worried if it's going to hit that same Z's. Oh, I
There you go.
spoke too
Speaking,
soon.
yes. There you go.
Now, let's take a look at him.
Oh, man,
no.
having to do that
Oh,
in VR.
no. I was just thinking that
Ugh.
some people would pay for this experience.
Yes.
Let's see
Now that you
this
can be
special-
stomped by a 9.2 feet tall lady.
Oh gosh.
But the thing is, will it be patched or its own version? Because RE7 VR was part of the main package. You didn't have to buy a separate game.
Honestly, part of me is a little surprised that they allowed that. Because of all the work that goes into the VR version, you would think that they'd want more, you know?
Mm-hmm. Man, this part was so cool and so disappointing that it was just so little of this game.
Yeah. That was definitely one of the... Oh, dual wielding.
Mm.
The stuff that's possible with VR now is really cool.
Mm-hmm. The one thing that I'm excited for PSVR 2 is that it will have better power to render the games better instead of being smudges as it was with the first VR. So I hope it also has better tracking because that original VR had like some weird movement sometimes. More VR 2 games.
You, of all people, have the audacity to question me?
What is this?
You,
New
were
Orleans.
emerged from the putrid waters
Oh,
of
is
the
this
Oh, the Walking Dead game.
oh, okay, the survival instincts or something like that?
Yeah. Saints and Sinners.
Mhm.
I forget what
I've
that.
heard it's good. A lot of people like this this game.
See, it just kind of stopped existing after it came out, and every once in a while I'll see it on sale, but nobody ever talks about
Mhm.
it.
And I mean, how many people have VR?
True.
So that's why.
It was I who shined as a beacon of hope for all. The tower cries out for blood, and I vow to spill it.
That's based on a real building, by the way.
Really?
That one, it's a famous abandoned building that was made to be like this super skyscraper. and like the funding went out, and it's now currently abandoned, but it's too expensive to tear down.
Makes
So
sense.
it's just like this 60, 70 story building that is
Whoa. Is PSVR 2 coming out this year?
maybe No Man's Sky VR.
Mhm.
All right, I'm just gonna jump back. Yeah, that's 2022.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They can barely put out machines out. And they're gonna release PSVR 2 this year? Good fucking
Well,
luck.
Is that gonna require the semiconductors, or can they make it without that?
Yeah, pretty much everything uses semiconductors, so
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well, I don't think. Bye, Felix.
Yeah. The when No Man's Sky was originally coming out in 2016, everyone was like, this should be like the killer app for PSVR. Because that was when PSVR original was coming out. And it didn't. So I think eventually what's patched. So
Didn't we see?
here's the Horizon. Yeah, this is the Horizon
is
Call of the
Horizon,
West.
okay.
Yeah.
Where are you
Yeah, Horizon Forbidden West came out this year. Feels like an eternity now. Still my favorite game this year.
Everyone says Reyes is
I don't know what my favorite game is anymore because
Because you
everything
never
that I
finished
thought-
Elden Ring.
I know, because it soured so much on me once again, ruining my experience.
The end, right? An
Yeah.
ending, yeah.
And I just don't feel like going back to it because I'm just gonna get more tilted.
Mm.
Blameless Murad had me released from prison.
Yeah, Dark Souls 2 broke me finally of the I've wanted to go through Souls games right now, so Assassin's Creed Origins is working well, and I don't know if Horizon would work well as a VR experience, but I would say would be pretty. Obviously, I don't think we can really get how pretty it could be based on a compressed YouTube stream, but Horizon games are always lookers, so
It looks cool at least. I would think, I mean, this is basically what some people wish Horizon was in some ways, where it's a more focused experience rather than the wide open area.
yeah, I can see that appealing to some. I like it as an open world, but
I agree. I think it works really well, but I
it
watched
has
a
great
recent
authored
video.
content, and it has great
Yeah.
like linear moments. So
I think, I mean, sometimes it falls into that problem of like some of the content isn't, the open world doesn't line up with the storyline, but I feel like this might be an interesting way to blend those two. Because the world's awesome.
I'm Ben McCaw, narrative director at Gorilla. I hope you enjoyed your first look at Horizon Call of the Mountain, coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2. We're also happy to announce that a big update to Horizon Forbidden West,
Hey.
including New Game Plus, will
Yes.
be available to download on PlayStation 4.
I mean, that doesn't affect me at all
yeah,
because I haven't finished it.
I've been wanting this because I spec'd up my character so high. Ah, finally, yes. Because they needed
Grand
to,
Mog,
they
yes!
needed- yes, finally, yeah. Because there's some cool outfits that I wanna.
Ultra hard
Yeah.
difficulty. In-game gear.
Getting to
New
fly with that
weapons.
thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Out
New weapons and
now.
trophies, yeah.
That might get me to re-download it.
Same. That's how much I like this game. So
I want to like it more. I think I just need to find
you need
those things
time.
that
You
I-
need time to
yeah.
just sink in because kind of like the first game, it's not a game to just keep dipping in and out. That's why like I devoured it until I finally decided, yeah, I'm doing this.
Get ready. A PlayStation fan favorite is coming to PC.
Okay.
Oh, first
Which
party.
one? Yeah. I guess Returnal. Oh no.
Sacrificing.
They're sending Spider-Man to PC. That's big.
If you want to change the world,
Wow.
They're really going all in. That's
Good
how I know
for
that it's like
them.
that. Sony has finally changed forever because
Yeah.
we need 2 of those.
man, PC players that didn't
Good.
have PlayStations,
Oh
they're
my
about to have a
gosh.
treat with what's
I'm gonna go.
my current favorite game on the system on the
Good.
platform.
Do your thing.
Oh my gosh.
You can't just push people around like that.
I'm so glad more people are going to get to experience this game again.
The big question
Gosh,
is, are they
such-
also giving them Miles Morales, which is an even better? August 12th, yeah. Thanks, Nixus.
Did you just leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
Guess not. Yeah, because this isn't. Oh, this is that cat game.
Stray.
That's what it was.
Mhm. Yeah, this needs a release date. It's been a while.
I kind of forgot that it was coming out.
Mhm.
I thought it already did.
This game literally was announced in one of the first showcases. I think the very first showcase from like 2020. Now I guess they have to bring Last of Us to PC now. Either doing Spider-Man, the thing that sold them systems.
Mhm.
This has to be a game you played. I mean, you own cats.
I don't know. This is the same reason I wasn't super hype on those book series about the cats.
Which ones?
It was called Guardians, and there was like a 15 something books, or no, Warriors. Guardians was the Owls series. Anyway, I have this thing where I don't like playing as animals.
Why?
I don't know. Ever since like back in the days with like Transformers, Beast Wars, and like Voltron and stuff, I did not care about like animal style.
Finally, PlayStation is releasing a game in July. They have something.
Wow.
Mysterious Cyber City in Stray, coming to PS5 and PS4 July 19th.
That's okay. So they're gonna try doing that route.
Okay, good. They're doing. Yes, if you're not gonna do first party games, put them in the service.
Striking distance. What is this?
Oh yeah, you're ahead in the stream for like a few seconds.
Am I?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what striking distance is.
Take a look outside.
Wait, this is Callisto Protocol?
Did you know that they call
Yes.
Callisto the
Oh, I didn't recognize the name of the studio. Okay, let's see it.
fished you out of that wreck.
Yes.
So whatever you're holding on to right there,
I'll say this is so far the strongest state of play they've had.
let that go.
Which doesn't say much, but
I'll take what I can get.
yeah.
I'm seeing some new things that I'm actually interested in.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to give you
Yeah, I thought this was a shoe-in at Keely's show, so I'm surprised they put it here. Looks good. Oh man.
Golly. Oh.
Yeah, I'm so down for this kind of game again. A corridor-driven.
Golly.
I just love that last part. Gives me chills every time.
Ooh. Those death
Yeah,
scenes
there's
are
the-
gonna
yeah.
be nuts. Oh gosh.
It's
That was like what they took it from. Tomb Raider took it from that.
okay.
How bad it
this
was.
year, I'll
Oh,
believe it when I
shoot.
see it.
Wow,
December
I almost
2nd,
missed
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is crap.
This game's on Xbox. What?
Yeah. It's on PC. I mean,
Yeah,
PS4,
it's
I
on
thought.
both. It's on both. No, I don't know if it's on PlayStation.
Is it not? Okay, well in this. Oh no, this is something else.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I thought this
It has
was
the
that
same
one
art
game.
style.
Yeah,
Sable, I
yeah.
think it was called.
Yeah,
No.
that's it.
Okay.
Oh shoot.
And the dead.
That's very.
What the heck?
Yeah, that Sable game had an interesting art style, but it ran like dog shit on my
Oh.
Xbox One. So I was like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah. It was designed to have a really weird stop motion-ish frame
But it wasn't
rate.
stop motion. It was like chugging bad, like because I can differentiate between stop motion and bad frame rate. That
Okay.
had bad frame rate.
This looks kind of fun. I don't know if I'm vibing with the character designs as much, but the action is really cool.
Yeah. I'm just glad. I'm just going back to the whole Stray thing that is going to be part of the PlayStation Plus,
like that art.
new tier. Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's a come out on my birthday. Roller
August
Room.
16th.
Sometimes I wonder if things will ever.
Oh, anime games. Okay.
Hmm. Dang. Time for some weebness.
Oh shoot! It's all right. Some hack and slash action.
Yeah.
I am not vibing with the clothing he is wearing. That is the most basic. You gotta like wear something cool. Come on, guys.
The world hasn't ended yet. It's
Yeah.
not hopeless. I won't let anyone else get hurt. Don't
What
you
in
want
the
science
world?
in your corner?
And I'm like, what is this game? And from
It's feeling like a visual novel.
but an action, yeah. Whole hands.
Huh.
I look forward to seeing what you can do.
Eternites.
From Eternals to Eternites.
Early 2020 studio side.
It's interesting, yeah. I can vibe with
Action games and dating
I don't know.
okay. Action game and dating sim.
Yeah. I don't know who they let design these characters, but they need to go back to the drawing board on that.
Oh, hey, you could have been Stranger of Paradise though.
That's basically it. That is literally the same vibe. What is this?
Wait, is this Street Fighter?
King of Fighters? Oh, this might be.
Yeah. Street Fighter.
Sure enough.
Makes sense because
Because all we saw
Sony's
was
all
that
about
Race
Evo.
6.
The big question is this exclusive also compared to like Street Fighter 5 was exclusive to PlayStation.
This journey doesn't have
I feel like they had to have learned their lesson from that one.
Yeah, they did it out of desperation back then. They needed money. So
You ready to begin? If you want to start off in the right foot
World
in this city,
Tour.
hit the streets.
no, unfortunately Street Fighter 5 just it's not as well regarded like 4.
What in the world am I looking at?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is like an open world?
What? So it's not Street? Oh,
Maybe it's...
maybe it's not Street Fighter.
Wait. No, it's
No.
Street Fighter.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'm wondering if
Mhm.
this is a spin-off and
No,
not Street
it had
Fighter
the logo
6.
of Street Fighter 6 originally. So.
Oh, it did? I didn't see that. I saw it say World Tour, but I guess that's just the mode. Okay.
Yeah, there's a massive chunky Ryu and.
I am loving the art style.
Mhm.
Let me have some fun.
Ready? Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
Most of the usual things, it's
Yeah, it looks like a Street Fighter
Not
as Street
just
Fighter game.
Witch
So,
up. I'm glad they're leaning back into the not as much realistic side of it.
mm-hmm.
Kind of going with the stylized piece. Oh, that looks so much better.
Mm.
You remember when they had that Street
Yeah.
Fighter 6 logo? Oh,
Yeah.
It's interesting. This is weird. That was like a hub. gosh, why do fighting games? Fighting games are obsessed with like hubs and lobbies lately, where you can like run around and stuff. Which,
Okay,
like,
2023.
takes focus away from the real core game.
So 2023 for Capcom is RE4 and Street Fighter.
That was your first look at Street Fighter 6.
Still, I mean,
Mark your
shoot,
calendars.
it looks way better than I was worried about. Hey,
Hey, yes.
Time for 2 indie
I mean, you can play right now on Game Pass.
that's true.
Yeah, but at least it's coming to PlayStation really fast.
Right, this is where it's gonna really branch out to people.
Yeah, so far this is like the best game that has come out on just on Xbox, other than Elden Ring this year. If you're like in that ecosystem, so. My thing is that last year Death's Door was also similar kind of looking game, Zelda top-down-ish, and I really didn't vibe with it. After everyone like praised it to high heaven. Okay, September 27.
I've noticed that there's not a lot of very well executed Zelda likes. I wish there were more.
Yeah,
I have
but
a huge
people
itch for that.
praised to high heavens Death's Door, and they praised Tunic also.
Yeah, but Death's Door I wouldn't call it like truly Zelda like. That was a little bit different.
To make it real for people in the
What is
future.
this?
She asked us about living together.
And we asked her about traveling alone.
When the season turns, what will remain?
Only what she saw, what she captured.
She carries the
It
sounds
was a
of the season
very
with her.
specific kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
The way she listened made you want to tell her everything.
I got to look in her journal. The world was telling.
Look, I usually am a big champion of
I think she even
systems having different kinds of games, so this is that. So
It is.
I'm not gonna hate too much.
There's a couple of people that I know that are going to go ballistic about loving this game. And I mean, this is exactly what we want technically out of. We don't want just the same kind of games anyway. Even though I'm not gonna vibe with this
Yeah.
as much.
Season letter of the future. Autumn 2022. It's so funny when
About it. Are they gonna say we don't have anything to show?
Yeah.
Again.
あ
お待たせいたしましたが、いよいよファイナルファンタジー16の最新情報をお届け
Release
す
of
る
our
日が
newest
やってまいりま
trailer.
した最新のトレーラーとともに
Use with the
イン
media.
タビューなども始まりますので、ぜひそちらも
This is the guy that saved Final Fantasy 14, so he deserves respect.
世界には本当に様々な困難があります。僕らゲーム開発者にはゲームを一生懸命作るということしかできません。ゲームというエンターテインメントを通じてゲーマーの皆さん
We
が
could just get like
Can you delay yourself for like 5 seconds because you keep spoiling me?
したいと思ってます。
Yeah.
それでは最新のトレーラーをどうぞ。
Yes. Yes. All right, let's see what we got.
We haven't seen this game since September 2020.
I know. 2 years.
Are the dominance, the power we wield. It wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
It does look good.
It really does.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
All right, I tried to pause it and replay it again, so I should be closer to you.
All right.
Okay, what in the world?
We must move now.
Okay.
Okay, the combat has a different UI. It looked more 15 last time, so
Yeah. I don't know if I like how saturated all these health bars are. This it really distracts me from the
yeah,
drabness.
it becomes a little too noisy.
Yeah. It feels like Final Fantasy 14
Yeah.
UI.
Well, considering who's making it.
I know, that's exactly why I'm saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be an M-rated Final Fantasy game.
Oh no, it's Jack. Alright, Sheev is back, of course, and
Well, we still have to finish Stranger of Paradise.
no, we don't.
Yeah, we do. We bought it, so I gotta finish it.
Eventually. I don't know if I like these fighting game style health bars up here. It's really messing me up.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Awaken, child of fate.
Hey, it's Guts.
If free.
All right. Summer 2023.
All right, so not this year. At least we have an idea, so probably fall.
I'm gonna say hot take. I didn't like that. I feel like the summons are honestly like the least interesting part of any Final Fantasy. So when all of what they showed was just summons, I was like, can we not see any of the characters or more of the regular gameplay?
Yeah.
What is it gonna look like?
So the game's been basically further delayed than I was anticipating. So there's more. They have more time to show us more. So.
Well, I mean, that's probably where they're gonna shut down from now.
Especially now that we know it's summer 2023, they got a long time before they even have to say anything. I mean, they still have to go through Forspoken later this year, so that's already been rated, and it's gonna be a very M-rated title, also based on some of the descriptions I read. So
yeah, it's looking like. Wait, are you talking about Forspoken?
Yeah, Forspoken.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because they had a lot of the violence against the soldiers. There's a lot of blood getting thrown around.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the first mainline M-rated Final Fantasy game. Also, obviously not the first ever, because Type 0 was the first M-rated Final Fantasy game. Stranger of Paradise was the second one.
Even so, though, this was, I feel like, definitely a league ahead of Type 0, because almost Type 0, besides maybe the blood on characters, didn't really have a whole lot of actual violence, and certainly no other content that would actually suggest that. So this is by far the biggest, and I really want to see more of what the actual game is going to be. Honestly, that felt like a cutscene from Ashura's Wrath is what that was. And I was like, all right, this is like,
it's so over the top that it didn't feel like it was flowing.
It was the quick time event of a game, and I'm like, this means nothing to me. It's the same thing as giving me a CG trailer. Well, like the cutscenes look cool, some of the characters were interesting, but it was almost like, all right, it's Game of Thrones and Final Fantasy universe.
Look, as someone that has been rewatching Game of Thrones this year and looking forward to House of Dragon later this year, I'm not totally against that.
I know you wouldn't be, but I look for different things in my Final Fantasy. So
well, I don't even know, because you never finish them. So I don't know why you look for them.
I have finished most of several of them.
Yeah, but you've never finished any of them.
All right, listen, you. How many have you finished?
7 Remake, 10, 13, and 15.
Okay, so I finished 15 and Remake.
7 Remake.
So you've only finished like 2 more than me. I've played most of 10, and I got glitched. It's the reason I couldn't finish it.
Lies. That game's not glitchy. So
I'm telling you, I will tell you, I went to this area that was a one-way direction. I had to go back the way I came, and there was a scripted fight, so I couldn't go back and grind. So I got stuck at it, and I had no other saves, so I couldn't go back and do anything about it. And I was done with that game after a while.
the one thing that I do know that you don't want out of Final Fantasy is Stranger of Paradise. That's the only thing. But other than that, Paul, what do you think of the state of play?
It was better than a lot.
I'll eat crow.
Yeah,
I was expecting the worst. I was actually surprised with some of the things that they ended up showing here.
Saw
Not as much as
release dates, some actual gameplay, the update for Horizon, Stray, Callisto Protocol,
Callisto
actually
Protocol,
getting its gameplay.
Spider-Man now moving to PC. That's big.
PC.
That's a very, very big for that PC community because they'll get the best superhero game ever made now.
Absolutely. Some of the not just the best superhero game, some of the best superhero media I think that's ever existed.
Yeah, and I feel if they're gonna be doing state of plays, these are the kinds of games you want to show.
Yeah,
you want to show like some big hits. I mean, just the idea. Resident Evil 4 was here. Final Fantasy 16 was here. Callisto Protocol was here. It's like, is it kind of big game that is like, this is how you can justify a state of play, even if you didn't have to show any of your stuff. Even though technically the Horizon update is your stuff, Spider-Man is your stuff. Even that's not necessarily new, but this is better than the trash that has dominated state of play many times. So props to them. At least it's like considering it could have been way worse. It was okay. Yeah, it's a 6, 5, 7 kind of show. Usually these are 3 out of 10.
Yeah. I think it's just like you said at the start of all this, it's better than anything we've ever seen, but that doesn't mean much.
Yeah, it's because the last time one of these was good was when they re-revealed Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
RE3 Remake was revealed in the state of play, but that was leaked ahead of time, so it lost its power. That was like in December 2019. But now we wait. God of War still has to officially be giving a date. We're still banking that PlayStation has some association with Summer Games Fest.
That's
maybe they're gonna do the thing next week. They gave that to Keeley.
Yeah.
But if not, we may have to wait until September because, like I mentioned in that show, is like what sucks about the PlayStation right now is that we don't know. We don't know when they talk. So, and usually when they talk, it's usually not good. This one was at least good. So
I do also appreciate that they're trying to add some value to their new PlayStation Plus Essential, not Essential, the premium versions. That I would say they need to do more than just Stray. Definitely add some more stuff.
But think about it that way. It's like if they're not going to be doing first party stuff because they say that monetarily doesn't make sense for them, indies is who you need to give that to.
Yeah, but I would say for every big name that you're going to pass on, you need to add like 10 indies at least.
Yeah.
So unless it's like the big indie that blew up all of a sudden, and then you can play it here. But I feel like indies, especially from length, from quality, you got to give me a lot more. But we'll see.
That's what makes Game Pass so cool. That's what they do with indies. So
exactly, you get like 40 of them. Right as soon as they launch.
All right, Paul. So this was the state of play. We will reconvene again next week for just our normal episode, and then we'll have to do another reacts for the Summer Game Fest.
It's going to be
It's the season, like
it's
we said.
A busy week coming up.
Tis the season for gaming announcements. So, Paul, where can people find you?
As always, y'all can find me at Dork of Arts on Twitter. I just posted some new art that I finally broke my hiatus on. Hopefully I can keep doing some more sketches because it felt really good to get back at it. But where can they find you?
They can find me at @A_Dorsegovia on Twitter, at Alejandro Segovia 93 on Instagram, and my webpage, thecriticalcorner.com. Paul?
Awesome.
It was a pleasure to see this with you. Everyone, thank you for tuning in with us. Stay safe, stay sexy, stay healthy. And remember, press X
to play. Good night, everyone.
Hasta luego.